Hey guys, Draven Edwards Productions here, and today I went on a little binge at Churches United in Caring after I got myself done with my volunteering duties. And the items that I got are Thomas and Friends, Engine Friends, Happy Feet 2, and Thomas and Friends, Gordon's New View, Step into Reading Book. Those items cost around $1.35, which is a pretty good deal. So, we'll go over them one by one, starting off with Thomas and Friends, Engine Friends. Here is this really nice cover where you got Thomas, Emily, Percy, James, Gordon, and Henry, which he is blocked off by that Walmart sticker right here, which was sold at Walmart stores back in the day. And then, of course, it says Classic Collection 2-disc set. And then 20 of the greatest friendship stories. This is a really nice slipcover because as you shine it through the light, it just makes them pop out a bit more. So yeah, really nice. And that's the front. And then you have the spines and the back itself where you got the original Steam Team members. And then, of course, experience the classic adventures that started it all. All aboard for some of the most memorable stories of friendship from the island of Sodor. Join Thomas and his friends and learn how the Steam Team first came together, how Percy became Thomas's best friend, and how every engine tries to be really useful. The greatest destinations are often those close to home, as long as you have your engine friends. Then on the side, you have the bonus features such as Sir Topham Hatt's Scrapbook Picture Puzzle Fun, Who Am I Picture Game, Gordon's Memory Game, and Spot the Difference Game. Pretty nice stuff. Then at the bottom right here, it says, featuring all-star storytellers including Alec Baldwin, the late George Carlin, and more, such as Ringo Starr and Michael Brandon. Then, of course, you have the licensing information distributed by Lionsgate, and it was released around May 15th, 2012. And this was the final Model Thomas DVD to ever be released. Unless if you count Wild Water Rescue, which they mistakenly use the Model series music video of Determination. Alright, so here is the DVD, just like its slipcover. And here are the two discs themselves. Disc 1 and Disc 2. Lovely. Then over here, you get Thomas and Friends Hide and Peep Mystery, which to promote Blue Mountain Mystery. And I have the same copy from my Blue Mountain Mystery DVD, which I got almost a year ago. So now I have two of these little books. Also, there's a fun fact out there. This, along with some other Thomas DVDs around 2012, they were sold at Day Out with Thomas events, and one of them features Hide and Peep to promote Blue Mountain Mystery. And that's your fun fact right there. Alright, and that's Thomas and Friends, Engine Friends. Overall, I am really happy that I got this to be a part of my Thomas DVD collection. Now on to Happy Feet 2, which is a big surprise, at least for me anyway, since I have seen Happy Feet 2 at least a couple or at least a few times, and I might need to revisit it someday. Anyway, so you got all of the celebrity voice actors like Elijah Wood, Robin Williams, Hank Harazera, sorry if I butchered the last name, Alice Moore, aka Pink, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, and these other guys. And then, of course, you got Eric Buried in the Snow. And then, of course, Happy Feet 2. And then the spine side. And the back itself. You got Mumble, Lovelace, and Gloria. And then, of course, you got Atticus. And then, of course, Eric. And then Ramon. And then Sven. and then of course the description of the movie. And then at the top corner saying, Happy Feet 2 is such a happy celebration, despite of how the movie was received at the box office. Anyway, you got the special features like helping penguins and pals, how to draw a penguin, and then of course the 3D CGI Looney Tunes short, I Taw Putty Tat, and 3 sing-along songs. And then of course all the licensing information, then of course 2011, and of course the DVD, the Blu-ray, and other formats was released in 2012. And here is the disc itself. You may ask yourself, didn't you already have this movie already? Well, as a matter of fact, I do, along with the first film. The reason why I decided to get Happy Feet 2, as well as Happy Feet, if you guys may recall, well, I had to get them both separately to replace the ones that I got from the 2 movie collection that I've been having since almost a decade. So I am glad that I was able to get the first Happy Feet movie and the second Happy Feet movie separately to replace those 2 copies from the 2 movie collection. I will place an eBay listing for both of these 2 movies, so keep an eye out for that. And that's Happy Feet 2. Now on to the last item, which isn't a VHS or DVD, but rather a Thomas book called Gordon's New View, which is basically like based from A Better View for Gordon from season 5. So yeah, I am quite keen on having this book into my Thomas book collection. As you can see from the copyright date and the licensing information, this was released around 2007, which I think that this was released from that specific year. And as you can see from the illustrations and of course the words, of course, it is based on A Better View for Gordon. So this is how it is, including the crash to the new station. Overall, it is really nice to have a book. And this isn't the first time that I would go out of my way to get a book from Churches United in Caring. That honor goes to the Play a Sound Barney Baby Bop book that I got at least for about last week, as well as the VHS copy of Donkey Kong, The Legend of the Crystal Coconut. Overall, it's really nice to have a Thomas book to go into my Thomas book collection. And that is all of the items that I got at Churches United in Caring. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is Dre Edwards, and I'll see you in the next video.